Hello and welcome back to the Quarry garden, and hopefully you can see this section, this path running up here in the sunlight. We have sun. We've had some horrendous storms this week. I did think last week when I published the video, and I did mention it was going to be mild, the weather this week, and it has been very mild, very warm for this time of year, but that's only brought with it some horrendous winds. We've had two really bad storms. The wind was recorded not far from here at 99 miles per hour. Here it was probably around about 70 to 80 miles per hour, and we have had a couple of trees down, and I'll show you that in a moment. But this is where I've been concentrating, or trying to concentrate on this week. This is a shrub border, predominantly rhododendrons, that I planted up about 20 years ago, and it's just really a walkway around what is the white garden, which is beyond this hedge on my right here. But as you can see, it's pretty overgrown, so I'll just flash on the screen a photo of what this looked like way back when I very first planted all of these shrubs. So the image that's just flashed on the screen was looking up this path. And now let me show you one where you look down the path. So the two obvious changes that you would have noticed from those images is, one, the grass path is gone. It no longer exists. It petered out after a few years, mainly because of the conditions here. I garden on top of a sandstone quarry, and there wasn't enough soil, enough earth for the path to actually grow, the grass to grow, and that just died away. And we haven't actually done anything with it in all these years, mainly because this is just a walk through around other areas of the garden. So I'm more than likely going to gravel that in the next couple of months. Not that you can actually see where the path is, because everything has grown so big and has grown into the path. So that's one of the first things that I'm going to do, is re-establish the paths. The second most obvious change from those images is the size of the plants. These are all rhododendrons, with the exception of two prunus cherry laurels at the back, and they just love the conditions here because I grow on acidic soil. I grow plants in acidic soil, and that's what rhododendrons and azaleas require, and they just love the conditions that I grow them in. We get a lot of rain in late summer, autumn, winter, just seems all year round at the moment, and they just love to have that kind of moisture. It helps them produce great flower buds for the following year. And these are smothered in them, so I'll get a good flower showing in the spring, late spring. So quite a few jobs to do. I'm going to add the logs to redefine the paths that came from the tree we cut down. It was a dead tree. Going to dig out weeds, got foxgloves to relocate, lots of hellebores, and I'll show you those in a moment, that have grown into the path. I'm going to dig those out and either pot them on or put them somewhere else, plant them somewhere else, and basically just tidy this area up. And I wanted to do that before I moved on to any of the other big jobs that I want to do this year. So let me take you along over the next couple of days while I try and get on top of all of these jobs. And I can't actually make out the path here. These hellebores, which are orientalis, at least that's what they were called when I planted them. I think they're called hybridists now. They do self-seed around everywhere, which is great for me when you actually want to plant them elsewhere in the garden. But I'm going to have to dig them out, and some of them have got some nice flowering on, and yes, I could wait until they've flowered. But for me, I have such a big garden, I've got to get jobs done as and when. So I'm just going to have to forfeit the flowers on some of these because I would imagine they'll not survive. But lots of young seedlings here underneath these larger leaves, lots of seedlings. So I'm going to take them out and I'll try and split and actually use some of them for elsewhere. Which is a pity, yes, I know, but if I don't do it now, I know it'll never get done. Oh, dear me. And this is going to be pretty hard to do because it's just, as I said earlier, compacted earth without any soil. So they do not come out easily. So I am going to damage the roots. I know I will. See if I can get this one out and I'll show you the seedlings underneath. So this is a large clump that I've dug out. You can see the flowers from the mature hellebore. Chances are this hellebore won't survive because they don't like to be uprooted once they're mature hellebores. They do like to just stay in situ. But I do have last year's seedlings, and they haven't had their true leaves yet. They're just all seedlings, so I might be able to get those out in a clump. And then you have 1 or 2 year old seedlings. And I'll just see if I can find some here. Those have got their first set of true leaves. So they would have been off probably 2 years ago now. So there's quite a few of them under the skirt of the actual plant. There's another one there. So I certainly will get those out and I'll pot those on. I totally underestimated how long this job would take. There was more hellebores in the actual path than in the border. So I've dug out about 6 or 7 clumps and they're all around me here, and I'm going through them all and taking out all of these seedlings, all at different stages of their life cycle. And I'll keep them in the pots for about a year and then I'll add them down into the bottom of the quarry. I've added new path logs on this side so you can now actually see the path. But that's as far as I'm going to go today. And next week you'll see this section cleaned up. This is full of brambles and I think there might be a few plants under there somewhere. So I'll clean this section up and lay new path logs on the other side. And then that's hopefully it until the gravel gets put down. So thanks for watching and I hope to see you soon. Bye for now.